from Carl's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before. Hi, this is your first time. This is my whip and chat for the week. Let you know what's been going on in the Withington household. I've got my cup of tea and look, can you see it's not full? My son came in, slurped me tea before he went out. I said, I'll make you one. No, I'm going out. He said, I want him on a slurp. I said, oh God, nothing sacred. But right. Got my candle lit, which is my quiet river, my apples and peonies, but I haven't got much left of it. So I'm going to have to order another one. And this is lit for anybody that might need prayers, thoughts or positivity. And I know at the moment there is a lot of people out there that really, really do need it. And you know me, I like to think that people have got somebody thinking about them and praying for them if they need it. So I think if you light a candle, then hopefully they know that there's somebody thinking of them and wanting the best for them. So we're going to put that well out the reach over there. I'm working on my Treasure Studio Arts Dragon Sword. I've just got this whole piece here. I know you can't see it, but so I'm 2/3 of the way through. I've got my box of drills, which I've just boxed up because they come in baggies, so I'm not going to redo them, and I have nothing to redo them in. Whoops-a-daisy, just a normal boat, my beautiful box from Shiny, oh God, I've got hiccups now. No, you know, they can go away. Shiny Shazza on Etsy. I absolutely love this boat. And I've got also got my green one, you know, that has the lid, and this one's from paintingwithdiamonds.co.uk. And of course my little cover minders. Look how cool to these foxes, for fox sake and absolutely no fox given. Yeah, right up my alley, that type of thing. So put him down there, so put them up there, and then got to have some pens. So what we're going to use today, I'll have that one out, and maybe that one, maybe that one. I've not used that one hardly at all, so we might have a go with that one and that one. And let's get our debris little tray to put all the remnants in to the side there. So we try this one first. I think it's still got wee wax in this one, so I'm going to put some fresh wax in it. And what have we got in here? So have a look what we've got in this box. We have got some butter pecan pie paddy wax. So we try some of that. I haven't used any of that for ages. So clean it out, just get a needle in, and it comes out like, and one thing, drop it in your doodah. And don't worry if you look inside there, where's the camera there, you can see like bits of the wax just where it's pushed down this into there. Won't harm your pen, it does no harm, it's just the residue going down there. Oh, that does smell like pecan pie. I've got a little piece of cut off, slither off, so I can just push my pen in like that, see? And hopefully that will seal it back up. And then what one shall we start with? We'll have to do these pesky arrows, won't we? So number 20. Then we'll have to make sure that we've got the right way. So if it's pointing that way, it should be pointing that way on the map. So number 20, yep. So remember, all the arrows towards me are 20, because it doesn't take a lot to confuse me. An arrow side by side. I know they're slightly different colours, but when you've got them next to each other, and there's some drills around there, it's hard to see. But I don't expect the colour differences to. What's the other one? So it'd be an arrow down, which is number 8. Let me see what the colour difference is. I won't leave it out because I will get confused. Oh, well, it's not too bad, is it? So if I did misplace a few, they're not too bad in colour. So that's not too bad then. I feel a bit better about that. So how's everybody's week been? What you been up to? What you been doing? Got a few more in there, I think. Well, I was going to film. It's now 20 to 3. I was going to film about an hour ago. But I just had to run in there, and then Grant's had a massive nosebleed. He doesn't suffer very often, but he just gets them spontaneously. So we've been trying to curb that. So we get it stopped and then it starts again, but it looks like it's stopped now. So, because he's on blood thinners as well, it's a bugger to try and get it stopped. But we have. So I said to him, now sit quiet for half an hour. Now it's stopped with the dog. So there on the settee, I said he's got storage wars on. So he sat quite happy watching that for a while I do this. I said, and then if it doesn't start again, I said, you can go out and do what you want. But I said, if I know you're sat quiet in there, I can relax and do my whip and chat for the week. So, trying to think what's been happening. Oh, Mum had another fall. Well, they found her on the floor in the morning, in the beginning of the week. I didn't tell my dad because he doesn't need to know. They don't think she was there too long. She'd badly bruised her knees, so that'll match her black eye and black head and everything from the fall before. They said they popped her back into bed. She didn't feel too cold, but they did tuck her back into bed for a few hours and kept on monitoring her, and she seems all right. But I said, it can't be good, can it, all these falls, bless her. I'm just waiting for the one phone call, you know. But yeah, but she's happy enough. So they're keeping her in the one front room up there. Because there's always one member of staff there, so they're going to keep her up there and she can walk around to her heart's content while she's up there. But and they'll try and walk with her. But like she said, she can be like a whippet sometimes, even though she's not very good at walking. She's like a little toddler. You turn your head away and woof, she's off. They said she seems to know, or whether she watches to see that we're busy and then decides, right, I'm off. I did chuckle. I said, good old Mum, she's got a bit of spirit left in her. My sister Jacqueline, as you know, she's in a well, it's not residential home, it's like a bungalow where 2 of them live in. It's a Down syndrome's bloke, Andrew, and then Jacqueline. They both have 24-hour care. And she had her jab this week, beginning of this week, so that's really positive. And Andrew and everybody. So that's Dad's had his first one, Mum's had her first one, and now my sister's had her first one. Because Dad needs to see her as well as Mum. So as soon as we're out of lockdown, because this is a long lockdown, this one, I'm afraid. It doesn't look like ending at the moment. We can hopefully go and see her, and they'll bring her up in her big huge vehicle, and then we can go by the side of the vehicle and see her. So that's Jacqueline now, and then hopefully if it gets lifted we can go up and visit Mum in the pod. So, which my dad really desperately needs, and I need to see them. You know, I tell you what, this last week I've really missed my mum. Really big time. I'll tell you what's been going on. Well, I've been a bit upset. People will know that see me on Facebook. I've had to take a few days off. So I haven't put any videos up till my floss tube yesterday, which is unlike me, but I had to take some time off. I haven't been well. So I'll tell you what's wrong with that now. And I know you shouldn't watch subscriber counts, and I don't usually bother with them, but I think because I'm at such a low, you know, when you just need a bit of positivity and whatever, and I looked, and of course I shouldn't have, and loads of people had bailed, and it was like, why? So Tuesday it started, and Wednesday and Thursday and yesterday, and it was like, what? Just because, what have I done wrong? Do you know what I mean? And I did get upset, and I did go to bed, and I did cry myself to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. People that don't know, I've had depression, severe depression, since the age of 9. I was diagnosed because my mum was in and out of hospital. My sister was severely disabled, well, becoming disabled then. Her mind was starting to go, because she was a few years older. She's a few years older than me. And my dad had been in and out of hospital at that time, yeah, and tipped little old me over the edge a little bit. So I've suffered from it from, as I say, since 9. But I tend to try and keep the black dog at bay, as we call it. And I have been, I mean, I've had therapy. You don't get therapy in Britain like you do in America. It's very, very hard to get any type of therapy over here. You're basically told to get on with it. And I'm a bugger because I have had some counselling, and I just tell them what they want to hear because they're not really interested in you. So, you know, they say, well, if you do this, this and this, you'll feel so much better. So I go for a couple of sessions and said, oh, you're so right, I do. Load of bullshit, like, but I do tend to tell them that. And I am on medication, and I will be on medication for life, as they say. I've been through everything medication in the book. But this one I'm on at the moment is an oldish one now, but it's the only one that seems to keep me falling off the edge completely. And so I've come very close, but not quite over the edge. I'm reaching out, and thankfully I've got you lot, and I've been reaching out to on my Facebook group, and which I don't usually do, but I have done this time, and I'm glad I've done, because it has helped. Because I had some beautiful comments off you lot, and I thank you, because if you suffer from the black dog, it's really sometimes hard to pull yourself, because you can have a fight with yourself. Anybody that's been well, this many years with it, it's not split personality at all, but you do have an argument with yourself because you gave yourself the guilt trip. So it's like having a good angel and a bad angel. One's telling you that it's fine, and the other one's saying you're a selfish person. There's so many people out there worse off than yourself. Look at your mum, look at your sister, look what your dad's going through, you know, look at what some of your friends have gone through, look at people in the world today, and there's you being like this. And then you have to say, well, I am entitled to feel like this. And then the voice says, no, you're not. You're being selfish. You've got no right to feel like this. And it goes on and on and on and on and on until you can put things back into some kind of organised boxes so you can carry on with your day. And as I say, this week I found it really hard. I should have known last Friday afternoon and Saturday that something was going to give, because I was too chirpy after the events of Friday morning. Early hours of Friday morning. Some of you, my patrons, will know roughly that something went on. Friday morning, early hours, I woke up with excruciating pain in my head. I took some paracetamols that I have by my bed and some codeine, and then I lay there, and it did start to ease a little bit, but not a lot. And then I thought, oh, I better go to the toilet, as you do. I got out of the bed. I fell over, thankfully, onto the bed to the right. I thought, oh, you silly cow, you lost your balance. Not that I've ever done that before, but you never know. Do you know what I mean? Because when I get up, I usually hold on to the radiator to steady my balance if I feel wobbly. But I couldn't even, I just went over. Got up again, went to move, fell again to the right. Thought, well, this feels odd. It doesn't feel right. So I sort of went to the bottom of the bed because I was right on the corner. So I thought, right, come on, stop being stupid. Got up again, fell again. So I sat on the bed. Grant had fallen asleep on the settee that night before, so I'd left him there because I thought, great, I'll have the bed to myself. And then I thought, do I shout him? And I thought, nah, you know, don't be daft, like, it's nothing much. And you're half asleep as well, do you know what I mean? So I sat there for probably about 10 minutes, got up. I was a bit wobbly, but I managed to get to the loo, had a loo, come back. My head was, it was a headache, but it wasn't like it was. So I went to sleep, then got up then early Friday morning because the kids going to school. Grant had already gone. So I got the girls up. It was a little bit shaky, but nothing much. But my speech was a bit slurry and a bit gobbledygooky. I couldn't get my words out properly. And the girls, you know, were like, what the hell's going on? So I managed to get out. I'm tired. They know so they just got on with their schoolwork. And then by sort of mid-morning, the symptoms had completely gone. But so I just carried on my day. Friday, did my floss tube, then Saturday I carried on, did my Wip and Chat and tried to be all jolly, same Sunday. By Monday I started to feel really ill again, felt really rough. Well, not out of sorts, not right. I could hardly do anything without feeling as if I hadn't slept for 48 hours. So I left it go Monday, let it go Tuesday. My dad went absolutely ballistic when he come here Tuesday. He said, phone the doctors. I said, oh, I'll do one of these online things. So I filled on an online. No, you've got to phone your doctors. So I phoned the doctors. No, you've got to have an appointment to speak to them. They'll phone you tomorrow. So I said, yeah, fine, phone me tomorrow. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday night? Must have been Wednesday. Was it Tuesday I phoned them? Yeah, Tuesday I phoned them. That's it. Tuesday I phoned it. They phoned me Tuesday night. No, I phoned them Tuesday. They phoned me Wednesday. Said, you need to come in. We need to see you. So I went in at 5:15 Wednesday night, 5:45. She did a thorough examination. I've got weakness on my right side. She said, right, that's it. You're going to Hereford Hospital, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away from us, our nearest A&E. So I said, oh, do I really? She said, yeah. She said, something's going on. We just don't know what it is, but we need it checked out. And she said, you're not right. She said, right, let's take your blood pressure. She said, oh, flipping heck, that's high. She said, oh, we'll take it, wait 5-10 minutes and take it again in case it's, you know, because you're a bit worked up. And I said, well, I don't feel worked up. Took it again, pulse rate was up. Blood pressure then had come down a little bit to 146 over 111. But she said, still not happy with it. And your pulse rate, I think my pulse rate was 110 or 115, I can't remember. So went home, told Grant. Josh says, well, I'll take you in, Mum. And then because we knew that as soon as they'd seen me, they'd want me to come. You've got to come back out because you're not allowed to stay in unless it's dire. I like being an hour and 10 minutes away, and it could be hours before you actually see a doctor. So Josh said, I'll take you, and then Dad can bring you back if it's in the night. If it's in the morning, I'll come after my lecturer. I'll come and get you. Whatever. He said, working out, yeah, that's fine. So he took me, and I got down there about 10 past, I think, 8:15 at night. I felt, you know, tired and a bit, you know, out of sorts. But I didn't feel panicky or anything like that. So went in, they still was probably about a 2-hour wait. I said, yeah, it's fine. I'd got a book with me because I couldn't really do any cross stitching. Couldn't do anything like that. My coordination was a bit all out of sorts. So I thought I'll just read a book, which I did. So the nurse came within half an hour. She said, right, I've got triage nurse. I will see, you know, what's going on and whether you need to see somebody else. She said, I said, oh, you know, I've been sent you by the doctor. She said, I know, it's just standard procedures. So I went into her, she examined me, took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was up to 174 over 112. So she took it a couple of times and it didn't budge. And my pulse was up as well. She said, well, something's going on because you know, it's too high. So she said, you definitely need to see somebody. So then she said, you're going to have an ECG and bloods standard. So I said, right, fine. So about 3/4 an hour later, I had that. Then I had to wait another probably 2 hours. No, in between that's it. They said you've got to have the COVID test and they will test you automatically for the COVID antibodies. I said, yeah, that's fine. So I had that as well. And this back of the throat's fine, but up your nose, whew, yeah, it feels like they're going to pick your brains out. So I had that done. And then I finally saw the doctor. She said, yeah, you need to have a CT scan. Something's happened, but we don't know what. Okay, fine. So I had that. What time did I have that? I think I had that at 1:30 in the morning. Then you have to wait for the results. I didn't expect them to find anything, which they didn't. But she said, I'm booking you in for a phone call tomorrow with the TIA consultant. I said, fine. So I phoned Grant, he came to get me, which is back, let's say, I had to wait an hour and 10 minutes, and an hour and 10 minutes home. I was bloody knackered, I was. And the point, we got home, I think it was 5:30. And then I had a phone call then at 11:30 from the TIA specialist. He said, well, the good news is you haven't had a stroke. I said, well, I knew that anyway. He said, I don't think you've had a TIA this time, he said. He said, I think you've had an atypical migraine. And I thought he said a typical migraine. He said, no. No. He said, atypical is different. He said, you have exactly the same symptoms as a stroke, where you lose sensation down the one side of your body. You have a massive headache. Your speech goes slurred. You don't make sense. And he said, yeah, it's all, you have all the same symptoms, but it's an atypical migraine, because I have suffered from migraines from an early age. He said, and I said, well, what's it doing? He says, well, because you've got conditions where, like, I've got a condition called sphincter oddity dysfunctional, which is where the bile duct goes into a spasm. Blood vessel there going from the bile duct goes into spasm. I've also got it in my ovaries to my womb. I've also have it there, and he thinks that I'm having blood vessel in the brain is going into spasm, and that's what's causing it. He said there's no guarantees that it won't happen again. So he said, so I said not to take aspirin. He said, no, I'm going to keep you off the aspirin because of all of the other problems you've got, as aspirin can aggravate that. He said, but we're going to do, he said, we're going to, if something happens, then you just take the aspirins just in case. I'm like, oh, great. He said, and we'll go from there. So I said, fine. Then he rings up 5 minutes later and he said, I'm going to do he said, I've got to say, I'm going to do an MRI scan anyway. He said, just to check the whole of the brain to make sure that we haven't missed anything and that the spasm hasn't caused any damage or anything like that. So, yeah. So it sort of hit me like a bit of a brick that this could happen again. And I've got no control over it whatsoever. I mean, the good news is it's not a stroke, and hopefully it wasn't a TIA like I had before. But I did get a rollicking because I didn't go in on Friday. And I said, yeah, but when you're a mum, you just get on with things, don't you? You know, the kids needed to be up for school. I needed to do stuff, you know, make sure they're both online doing what they need to be doing, see to the animals, blah, blah, blah. And because I'd felt better by mid-morning. But yeah, so it's good news, but it still made me very, very tearful this week, and very tired now I am, and that's why he thinks it's more likely to be this atypical migraine and the spasm with the spasm in the brain because of the other symptoms I've got. So again, as Grant says, you haven't got anything that's going to kill you, you've just got something that's going to be a pain in the arse. But yeah, so yeah, so sorry if I've been absent, but I was in no fit state to be doing videos. I do cry at a drop of a hat, and I am taking everything to heart. So like Grant said, he's trying to comfort me as well, and of course he's worried, and I'm worried about him and as well, and things have been going on with the kids, my mum, my dad, and it's just like my sister, and I just think, and I think normally you would be able to go to I would go to the beach. If I feel like this, I go to the beach. Grant would drive me to the beach, rain, sunshine, snow, whatever. He would take me to the beach. He would get a portion of fish and chips for us to share, hot mug of coffee, and we'd sit in the car and I'd watch the waves crashing, and that would be my therapy. But because we can't bloody go anywhere, I'm stuck in a house. Yeah. And my Grant said we haven't had a holiday for what, 4 years? He said that hasn't helped. It's so cold and wet, we can't even go out and sit in the garden. I did go out the other day, on the Wednesday that I come back. We had a few hours, a little bit of sunshine, so I did go outside, and I took, Mandy Moran had made me a shawl. My old subscribers all remember me showing it. So I put that over me, and I went and sat outside for half an hour with a cup of coffee. And that was nice, just to get a bit of fresh air. But I can't walk very far at the moment, which is a pain. I couldn't walk far before, but I just stop and start. But I can't even do that at the moment, so I can't even, do you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Let's move on, as they say. Let's move on. But I do know, oh yeah, my test results come back from COVID. I haven't got COVID. I've never had COVID because I haven't got any antibodies. And I said, well, is that definite? And they said, yeah. I said, that's fine. I didn't think I'd ever had it, but you know, obviously what I'm doing the right kind of stuff. Oh, where's these things? Look what I got myself. Right, need advice. I got myself a pack of these, right? Because where's the other half of it? People that cross stitch sew or whatever will recognise that little. Can you see it? Yeah. You know you're supposed to hold it there and pull. Yeah. Well, I didn't, and I pulled it off. So I've ordered myself yesterday some of these. How many's in there? I think there's 30 or 50 in there. So I've ordered some of these. But so obviously they ain't going to last long if they sell them like that. Ain't going to last long. I've seen these metal ones, and they're like a piece of metal like that, and then they have like a hook thing on the end, and they're supposed to be needle threaders. Has anybody used them? Are they any good? Because I don't want to fork out and get some if they're crap. But they're called needle threaders, and they're metal. So have any of you used them? I mean, I'm quite happy using them plasticky things. It doesn't bother me. But I just thought a metal one might last a bit longer, because I am very heavy-handed, as you can tell by the broken one. And that was one of the bloody expensive ones you get. I think it was like £5 for 3 of them or something ridiculous. And that bag of 30 or 40, whatever it is in there, only cost me £3. So yeah, I think I was done then. But yeah, so let me know, have any of you done a metal one? because I was kept pulling my thread out my cross stitch yesterday. You know, when you just pull it, why I was doing it I don't know, but I just kept pulling it until it came out, then having to rethread it, and then the more I told myself not to do it, the more I was doing it. So yeah, that was annoying. So Millie made me put it away. I bought myself a little one of these things, just come this morning, it's on charge. Yeah. For dry and wet use, cordless vacuum cleaner. Powerful suction for wet and dry use, HEP filter. Because I can't do the stairs. I can't get hold the hoover on the stairs and try and hoover my stairs. So I thought, right, get one of those. I can kneel on the stairs and do one at a time and work myself up the stairs that way. Also, it will be good for Millie's shed if she drops anything on the floor, and also it will be good for the cars, won't it? I thought I can pay the girls a bit of pocket money, go out there and hoover the cars. So that's on charge now, ready to try. So see who I can bribe to go out and do that, do the stairs for me, because they'll probably all want to do all the jobs while it's a novelty. So I shall take full advantage of that. Yes, of course you can use my new thing. Yes, I don't mind. There you go, carry on. Yeah, so I bought that. We also bought, well, Grant bought, I should say. I didn't buy. A cherry tree. Yeah, because you know I said last time I wanted a cherry tree. Well, he bought it. And it came yesterday. The delivery driver come. He said, what the hell is this? He said, it's been in my van. He said, I've only been able to just get it out now on just the drop before yours, he said, because it was sort of, he said, we couldn't decide whether it's one of these sculpture things that go in a vase, or whether it's a spear or what, but it was, well, you wouldn't think it was a cherry tree plant. It's just over 4 foot tall, the branch and the branches. But it was shrink wrap, and it's a root ball. There's no earth in it, so it must make it dormant. I don't know, but it was wrapped, and it was about that wide. That's all. The 5 branches. I mean, they were only thin branches. The branches weren't much thicker than that, probably at the top. The stem was probably about that thick, and then it was a root ball, but it was that tightly packed with shrink wrap, you could not tell what it was. So when I sort of kept looking at it, he said, what the hell is it? And I picked it up. I said, it's a cherry tree. He said, it's a bloody tree. I said, yeah, it's a cherry tree. So Grant's gone out this morning and planted it in a pot. He bought me a terracotta pot from work. So it's now sat outside Millie's shed, and it looks beautiful. And you can see some buds are just starting to form. So I'm hoping that it will take, because I will be gutted if it doesn't take, because I do love cherry blossom. We didn't get the Japanese one that we liked, because that was well too expensive to get. I said, he said, oh, we'll save and get. I said, no, it's fine. I said, I just wanted a cherry tree. I've got my cherry tree. I said, I'm quite happy with a simple cherry tree. That'll do me. I said, I don't need anything fancy pantsy. So fair play to me, did that. I'm dead chuffed with that. Got one of my hairs keeps falling on my face, and it's really pissing me off. Really cheesing me off. And today I got Millie to, oh shoot, I just chucked them on the floor, to sort out Disney Plus, because they've been so good with doing their online schooling, and I've had such good results, all of them. They borrowed, well not borrowed, but they linked up to their friends for a couple of weeks to see if they liked it, and I said if they liked it, I would see about getting it. So I made a one-off payment 3 years this morning because there's an offer on. So they are over the moon. And guess what character I am? Sorry, that's the computer. Can you guess? I'm a Baby Yoda. I'm Baby Yoda. And really put it straight on. She didn't even ask. She put it on and then she said, what character do you want to be, Mum? And I said, I don't know. What characters are there? And she said, oh, any of the Disney ones or whatever. So I said, yeah, I'll be Baby Yoda. And then she turned the screen. She said, well, you already are. She said, I knew you'd pick that. She's Mandalorian. And what did Jessie say she is? She's the one character that's... Oh, she's got grey and white hair that twists. Oh, I can't think what her name is. It's a weird name. But she's her feisty warrior woman. So I said, yeah. So I think they're all on it now. So I said I'm going to maybe start watching the Avengers film because that's where I'm up to on them. I've watched all of what films before. Millie says that's where I need to carry on watching. So she said I could have it on my laptop in here. So I said I could cross stitch, diamond paint or whatever. And I could sit and watch that. I thought, oh, that's even better. I said, Mummy can take advantage of Disney Plus then as well. So I said I might have a scoot on it later and see what else is on there that I might like to watch, or see what's, because I think there's series on there and stuff. So you never know, I might get hooked on Disney. And that's all that one. But yeah, they are chuffed. They said, are you sure, Mummy? I said, yeah. I said, you don't have much and they don't go anywhere. They don't moan about being stuck in because of COVID and not seeing their friends and stuff like that. So I thought, well, there doesn't seem to be any end to the lockdown at all. So, oh, it always goes, doesn't it? Hang on. Give you a guess who that was. I do chuckle because it doesn't matter what time of the day I do a video, my dad will phone usually. 9 times out of 10 he'll phone. I'm just checking that I'm alright, bless him. He sat watching his racing. I said, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. So, is anybody going to join my Anything Mermaid along? I don't think I've had many entries so far. I've had a few hiccups. I've decided that anybody that fill the entry form in first, and I've been able to go in as somebody else on a different account and alter it and just put what I'm entering. You've got to press the edit button. But I said if people can't, as long as they enter their details once and then just let me know if they enter any of the other categories. I'm going to have a notebook on it all and I'm going to write it all down. So everybody will be included and get their entries, no matter what. But you must have the hashtag Anything Mermaid along. So I said it's going to be fun. And it starts on the 1st of March and run through to the 31st of August. The cut-off date will be the 2nd week in August, simply so that I can get everybody's entries in and sussed, and then if any more categories come in, it would be too much for me to try and work out, I think. So, but if you come on my live, oh my God, on Sunday, I didn't realise there were so many mermaid type cross-stitching patterns that you could use. We had Pippa Brown. My mods are brilliant. We had Pippa Brown to start with doing it. Then we had Duck Off on there. Danielle's a bugger as well. And they were putting in links to Etsy, all these cross-stitching patterns. Now I'm pretty lenient on what you entry. but you'd have to watch that on what the links were. But they had the most gorgeous, oh, they were finding the most gorgeous cross stitch patterns that weren't very big. So when they didn't cost the arm and a leg to get, but they were stunning. And yes, I did get quite a few of them. And I think the ones that are on my live, there's few. There's one with the one we did get that I know a lot got was this. It was like the moon with a mermaid hanging off the moon. It was like in gold. Oh god, it was stunning. So I think quite a few of us got that because it was on sale as well, which made it even better. But yeah, but I hope people take part. I mean, I don't expect it to be, you know, 50 or more people in it. I don't expect it to be that many. I'd be grateful if like 20 enter. I think I've had about 10 people, let's say 10 or 12, or was it 15? I can't remember. It's under 20 anyway that'll say they'll join, so I'm hoping a few more will join. I know the prize isn't brilliant, well, not brilliant, but it's not massive, but it'll buy you something cross stitch related or accessory to a diamond painting or colouring things, you know, it'll get you something. But I think it'll be fun, and with having 6 months to do it, and you don't have to complete it, you know, and you do get an entry for every different category that you enter, whether it's colouring, cross stitching, drawing, sewing, diamond painting, any craft. I'm thinking of having a go at making a clay mermaid. Kids think it's hilarious because they know that I'm crap at anything like that. But I said it might be a bit of fun, something different to do. I said, you know, even if I just get the mermaid tail done. I said I'm going to have a go at it because I said I just think it'd be a bit of fun. And it gives me an excuse to have a try at something a bit different as well. So I'll say it's for my challenge, so I need to do it. That's my plan. That's my plan, guys. I'll say, hopefully people will. But I've not had many views on the videos, so I don't know how you get the word out there. So hopefully some of you will help me get the word out about it. Yeah, so my house is very quiet at the moment. Josh has gone off in the car somewhere to meet one of his friends. Right. Minnie, I think, is upstairs, as I said, watching Disney up there. I think Jessie's on the settee watching it in her earplugs. Got her earplugs in there. So what's everybody going to do for the rest of the weekend? I did start a bit of colouring yesterday. Colouring in my chubby book, chubby ladies book, colouring book, or curvy ladies is it called, not chubby, curvy. And I'm enjoying that. And I'm trying to have a go with, yesterday I had to go with watercolours, colouring with watercolours. Yeah, I couldn't stay in the lines. So then I've gone now using my tree markers and having to go with them. And Grant says, stop beating yourself up, just enjoy the process. Stop trying to make it look brilliant and perfect and all that crap, he said. I said, as long as you enjoy the process, that's all that matters. I said, I know. I said, but I just don't like going outside the lines. I said, it drives me bananas. He said, yes, but you can't help at the moment going outside. I said, I know, but it still drives me bloody bananas. So yeah, so I'm trying to just do it and just think, you know what, does it matter? I haven't used this one yet, have I? And try not to be so hard on myself when I do my colouring. Because I do need, Millie says, you need to practice, Mum, that's your problem. You don't practice enough. I said, I don't have time to bloody practice enough. I said, I'm always doing something. And because it takes me so bloody long to do. Oh, it's got a, come on, you can come off. It's got a knobbly bit on him. Oh, come here. It takes me so long to do jobs. I said, so I don't have as much time. Millie did help yesterday, bless her. She did pull it all. I wanted to clean my kitchen tops down properly, you know, pull everything out and all that sort of stuff. You know, pull the microwave out and the big bowl, veg bowl and stuff, and get all the bottles out of the way. And so she did help me do that yesterday. Well, she made a start on her own. Then we went through loads of paperwork that had stacked on the side and sorted all that out. Oh, it does help if you put wax in it. I thought he wasn't picking up. There's no wax in it whatsoever. Obviously never ever filled it up. But it did well to pick them up then, didn't it? Nice little pen. Yeah, so she was really good yesterday, bless her. So my kitchen's had a real good sorting. Got rid of a load of stuff, bits and pieces. Said I don't need any more. Or, you know, there's like by the side of my microwaves where like bottles of pop and thing go. And there was bottles there, we've just got bits in. And nobody wants to drink the last bit of the pop, like. So I thought, right, they're going out. So I emptied all them. If anybody moans that they haven't got any pop, well, it's tough titties, isn't it? They should have drunk what was in there, and I wouldn't have thrown them out. I put up with it for so long, and then it all goes out. So I didn't have to go shopping today. Grant went and got what we need for tea. Bless him, this morning to save me going out. I haven't been feeling too good to drive or anything like that. I think just my confidence has just had a bit of a battering, as they say. I'll be all right. I would making a mess there. But yeah, so this week I want to have a go at sewing some more vinyl bags. I showed yesterday. I've got pussycat, like faces, pussycats for the outside, and then foxes for the inside. And I want to try and make one to fit an 11 by 11 frame Q-snap. So that's my aim for this week, and to carry on with my February Avery that Miss Lay Pages is doing on my cross stitching. But with that you can enter, you can do anything to do with birds. Again, cross stitching, colouring, diamond painting, anything you want. So I've got my birds and my bees that I've started for it, and I'm also doing my pandemic for it. So they're the two main ones that I want to work on. And if I get the urge, I'd like to do a bit of Dark Queen of the Sea, so because I'm still 2 parts behind, but what will be on that. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So that's my plans. I might do some more crocheting on my granny blanket as well. I want to get that done. So then hopefully I can start to learn to crochet a shawl. Be my next crocheting project, because I bought the wool, the yarn. Then I bought some mini skeins of yarn. No idea what I'm going to do with them, but I just liked them. And I thought I need them, so I got them. Now I will make a blanket or another shawl or something with them. Multi one. But I'm not going to beat myself up. I said to Gran, I'm just going to try, do my best, and that's all I can do. So that's my aim this week. Just do my best, and what will be, will be. And what if I achieve anything, that's going to be a bonus, I think. So I'm not going to let keep you any longer. Have I got to my roughly 50 minutes? I don't know, because I had to restart it, didn't I? Hopefully I'm around about 50 minutes. That's where I usually end up. Thank you ever so much if you stuck listening to it all the way through. I do appreciate it. If you've not subscribed and you fancy hanging around and finding out what goes on, I do cross-stitching, diamond painting, colouring, sewing, well, anything crafty really, and get odd videos as well of anything and everything. And the subscribe button's down below if you haven't subscribed. There is a notification button to let you know when I go live, which is on a Sunday, and we do have a giggle. And you get very much enabled, though. We'll warn you that you do get enabled. There's also my social media if you want to have a chat, my Facebook, Instagram and all that, and email. There's also comments down below if you want to have a chat and leave me a comment. I love reading the comments. They do keep you going when you think somebody's taken the time to watch a video, but then to comment means the world. There's also my Happy Mail form down below. I'll try and put the I in for the link to the Anything Mermaid Along video, and the entry form for that will be on that. And also my Patreon is down below. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's where people can support the channel and they get exclusive content, whether it's videos, chats, information, free gifts, all sorts. But that explains it all if you go onto the page, and it'll explain it all. But it does help the channel, so I can carry on bringing you things, the unboxings and all that I do, and tell you about different companies. But with that said, thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, look after yourselves, most importantly, stay safe. Love you all.